Okay, so here's something nobody's telling business owners, and honestly, it kind of makes me a little angry. Most people build businesses like they're going to run them forever. And then one day, whether it's by choice, by burnout, or by circumstance, they want out. And they realize the business they spent years building, it's not sellable. Today, we're talking about business exit strategy examples, real ones, not textbook fluff. And we're going to show you exactly why the thing you're doing right now, today, in your business, either makes you rich when you exit or leaves you stuck. I'm Jenna, and I'm here with Kevin. And Kevin, you've seen this a lot.
Oh man, Jenna, you have no idea. I mean, I've talked to like hundreds of business owners, and the thing that kills me is they're working so hard, like genuinely grinding, and they've got this amazing thing they built. But when someone asks them, hey, what would happen to this business if you disappeared for 6 months? Most of them go quiet because the honest answer is it falls apart.
And that's the thing, right? Like that's the problem that nobody's fully articulating. It's not that you have a bad business, it's that you have a business that only works because you're in it every single day. And that's the number one thing that tanks your exit valuation. Before we get into the specific exit strategy examples, Kevin, just like for someone who's maybe never thought about this before, what even is an exit strategy?
Yeah, so look, an exit strategy is basically your plan for how you eventually leave your business. And here's where I want to kind of push back on something people assume. They think, oh, exit strategy, that's for guys selling billion-dollar companies. No, that is completely wrong. Whether you're running a digital marketing agency, a restaurant franchise, a financial services firm, any business and any industry, you need to know your exit options. Because even if you never plan to sell, the process of preparing your business for an exit makes it more valuable, more scalable, and honestly just a better business to run right now. And that's a point I want to come back to.
Yeah, that's such a good point because it's not just about the exit. It's about what that preparation does to the business today. Okay, so let's get into it. What are the actual exit strategy options that owners have?
Okay, so there are kind of five main paths that most small and mid-market business owners are actually going to use. Like, forget IPOs. Unless you're running a massive tech company, that's probably not your play. So the first one, and honestly the most common for profitable businesses, is a strategic sale. That's where you sell to a competitor or a larger company in your industry. And this one can be incredible if you've got the right assets.
Like the classic example is what? Instagram? Google buying YouTube?
Exactly. I mean, Google bought YouTube for $1.6 billion. YouTube had it wasn't even that profitable at the time, but Google wanted the audience, the technology, the brand. That's the synergy play. And for a small business owner, this could look like you've got a really solid client base in a niche that a bigger company wants to break into. They don't want to spend 5 years building it themselves. They just buy you.
Okay, and what's number two?
Number two is private equity. So you've got these PE firms, private equity firms, and they're essentially professional business buyers. They come in, they buy a majority stake, they help you grow it over 3 to 7 years, and then they sell it again. Blackstone bought Hilton Hotels for $26 billion. Panera Bread went to Job Holding for $7.5 billion. Now, obviously, those are big, but the concept works at any scale. And the thing about PE buyouts that's interesting is you often get to keep a small piece. They call it rolling over equity. So you get paid once when they buy it and again when they sell it. That's the second bite of the apple thing you hear people talk about.
Okay, so you literally get paid twice.
If you set it up right, yeah. Third option is a management buyout. So your own management team buys you out. Michael Dell, Silver Lake, $24 billion took the company private in 2013. For smaller businesses, this is a really clean exit because the buyers already know the business. There's less disruption. Your customers don't freak out.
That's the one where, you kind of hand it to the people who've been running it anyway.
Yeah. And the fourth one is family succession. Now, this one works great on paper. Ford Motor Company, Walmart, Mars, these are multi-generational family-owned empires. But here's the thing, and I don't want to gloss over this. Only about 30% of family businesses make it to the second generation. 30%. The reason usually comes down to the same thing.
No documented systems.
No documented systems. The founder knows everything in their head. There's no playbook. So when Dodd steps back, chaos. And the fifth one, really interesting one, is an ESOP, Employee Stock Ownership Plan. Publix is the classic example, largest employee-owned company in America. New Belgium Brewing, King Arthur Flour, these are businesses that basically transferred ownership to the employees. Huge tax advantages. Employees are way more motivated, and it's a really elegant way to reward the team that helped you build it.
That one's fascinating to me because the employees, they become the buyers, essentially.
Right. The trust buys the shares on their behalf over time. It's a beautiful structure, but it needs, and here's the thing, it needs clean, documented operations to work. Again, same problem.
Okay, Kevin, I want to dig into that because you keep coming back to this, the documentation thing. Like, why does that keep coming up? Why does that matter so much to a buyer or to like a private equity firm or to anyone who's taking over?
Okay, so this is the thing that, this genuinely gets me fired up. When a buyer, whether it's a strategic buyer, a PE firm, a family member, whoever, when they look at your business, they're asking one fundamental question. Can this business run without this specific person? And if the answer is no, if you are the business, they're going to discount the valuation heavily. We're talking 20, 30, sometimes 40% below what a comparable systemized business would sell for.
So you're leaving money on the table just by not having your stuff documented.
Massive amounts of money. And here's a Forbes piece from earlier this year. They said one of the 3 biggest exit mistakes business owners make is essentially being the bottleneck in their own company and not addressing it before they try to sell. And I see this constantly. There was a study that came out recently where about 75% of owners say they intend to exit within the next 10 years. But most of them don't have a written plan. They're kind of just hoping it works out.
And hoping is not a strategy. So, okay, let's talk about what to actually do, because if someone's watching this and they're thinking, okay, I get it, I need systems, I need documentation, but like, where do I even start? I'm already overwhelmed.
That's the actual pain, right? Like, you need to do it, but you're already drowning.
Yeah, and that's the exact conversation we have at Prosulum almost every day. Business owners who are brilliant at what they do, like genuinely smart, successful people, but they're stuck in what I'd call the expert dilemma. They're so good at running their business that they've become the single point of failure in it. And here's what's actually happening that nobody talks about. Every hour you spend doing something that someone else could do if it were just documented, that's an hour not spent on the stuff that increases your exit value. So it's an opportunity cost problem.
It's a massive opportunity cost problem. And the solution, the thing that we've seen work across more than 40 industries, is bringing in what we call a virtual systems architect. And this is different from like a regular virtual assistant. A VSA's whole job, like the core of what they do, is document the process while they're doing it. You record a 5-minute video showing them how you do something, and they watch it, build the full SOP with screenshots and instructions, and then they own that task forever. And that's what you're building toward your exit. You're building the playbook that makes your business transferable.
And the cost, because I know people always wonder about this.
Significantly less than an in-house hire. We're talking roughly half, sometimes more, of what you'd pay someone in-house when you factor in salary, taxes, benefits, all of that. And Prosulum has worked across over 40 industries: restaurants, financial services, IT companies, healthcare, content creators, real estate, and the pattern is always the same. Paul Tran runs 10 Halal Guys locations. That's like a $15 million operation with one full-time VSA. The whole thing. Bookkeeping, financial reporting, social media, customer service, because everything is documented. Everything is systemized.
A $15 million business, one VSA.
One VSA, 5 years. And Paul's business, if he ever wanted to exit, is one of the most attractive assets you could imagine to a buyer because it doesn't depend on Paul being there every day.
That's the exit strategy right there. Like the VSA is part of the exit strategy.
That's exactly it. Building systems, documenting processes, that is the exit strategy work. You can't have a strategic sale. You can't do a management buyout. You can't do an ESOP. You can't even hand it to your kids without the operational playbook being in place. If you haven't checked out systemizedin5.com, that's systemizedin5.com, they've got a free course that walks you through this whole framework. And if you want to know where your business stands right now, quiz.myprosulum.com will show you exactly what your systemization score is. Those are free resources, no catch.
Okay, so let's bring this home. Because we covered a lot today. We went through the 5 main exit strategy options: strategic sale, private equity buyout, management buyout, family succession, and ESOPs, with real examples from companies like Google buying YouTube, Publix being employee-owned, Dell's management buyout. And the thread running through all of it is this: the more your business can run without you, the more it's worth, and the more options you have when it's time to exit.
And that's not just an exit planning thing, Jenna. Like, that's just a better business. A business that runs on systems makes your life better today. Less stress, more time, more freedom. And it makes your exit richer tomorrow.
Right. So if any of this hit a nerve, and honestly, if you've been the bottleneck in your own business, you already know why this matters. There's a link in the description below. You can book a free discovery call with the Prosulum team, and it's genuinely no pressure. It's just a conversation to figure out whether a VSA might be the right fit for where your business is right now. And if it's not the right time, that's totally fine. But if you're building toward an exit, or you just want a business that doesn't own you, it's worth 20 minutes to find out. The link is in the description, or you can go check out instant.myprosulum.com to kind of get a feel for things before you talk to anyone. All right, Kevin, anything else before we wrap?
Just look, most business owners wait too long. The best time to start building systems was 5 years ago. The second best time is today. Don't be the person who built something amazing and then couldn't sell it because it only existed inside your own head. You're worth more than that. Your business is worth more than that.
I love that. Okay, if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss the next lesson. We're building out a whole library of this stuff, and it only gets better from here. We'll see you in the next one.